Okay, now let's start with a brainstorming slash marketing workflow. Let's say we have a product we want to promote and reach out to masses to find potential customers, and we want to generate some content ideas for this purpose. And let's go just simply go by adding a prompt and telling suggest some content ideas for us to engage with potential customers. And in order to do that, of course, we need to provide an idea first, the product description first. And I had some descriptions in my library. One is about Quark, which is a tennis platform, and the others is about a pickleball platform called Pickle. And I will just go ahead and start with Quark. So I will expand this stack, then just drag and drop the description in front of the instruction prompts in the stack. So whenever I hit the run button to run the stack, it will be merged into a single prompt and sent to model to process that. So I'll just go ahead and name this stack contents idea generation. And I will use GPT 3.5 Turbo for this purpose, which should be enough because it's a relatively simple task. So let's run it. I quickly came up with some ideas about a blog post, a social media post, and how-to videos, and actually it came up with a pretty good content. And I want to save this to our library because I might want to use that with other workflows I might have. So I'll click add the library button and just give it a name, content ideas for court, and save it. So as you can see, it'll be quickly saved to my library, so I can just drag and drop it anywhere I want in the future. So let's continue with something about researching about content, the existing content on the web, so we can use some tips from those to in order to be competitive in SEO, for example, through Google search. So let's ask it to search for content that may be shared by others already. So let's say search content, search for content on the web about these. And these will be the output from the previous stack. So I want it to read this and search for content on the web about all of these. So as you can see, this is first, this stack has two prompt cards. The first one is our instruction, and the second one is the data we want to deliver to the model. And as you can see, this is just a placeholder for now. So let's now name it to content discovery on the web. And whenever I hover run button, it will also highlight the first stack because since I created this stack after I ran the first stack, this output is not carried here yet. So when I hit run button, it'll first again execute the first stack, then continue with the second stack automatically. So let's hit the run button. It'll probably come up with something similar, yeah, because we didn't change the model, we didn't change the prompts, and it's kind of consistent in this perspective. And now it should create some search tasks on the web with some keywords or search phrases. As you can see, it actually came up with 20 search tasks on the web, all of which will be executed in parallel, and we will have the output merged into a single result. So as you can see, it started to populate the searches, and it started to write the results, the content it's found on the web after searching that particular phrases. And yeah, it already started to populate most of them, and you can click any of the links related to belonging to the output, and you'll see which sources it used to came up with the results. So one of the search results ended up in this website, which is kind of clumsy and whatever. It just read the content and came up with this summary, which I already lost because it's continuously providing something. So after everything is ready, this stack will say, okay, all the tasks are done, and we can continue with doing things on it. And yes, it is done. It made 20 searches on the web, found some websites, and just came up with the content written by other people. So what I want to do at this point is just try to extract some insights about how to prepare content about our product. So I want to first extract some keywords because it is crucial for SEO, search engine optimization. And this content will also probably provide some information, some numbers that I can use in our content as well. For example, there's a quiz on the web on the sporting.blog that just simply delivers some facts about tennis history. So maybe I can use this in one of our blog posts or social media posts. So I will tell it, since this is a huge content to to go through, I will just ask the model to summarize everything or at least pick some that shows some potential to bring some potential users to our platform. So I will ask it to pick some content and generate some keywords for me to use for that piece of content. So let's add another stack. But actually, for this one, I don't want to go over the whole chain again for now at least. So I'll just copy this content, which is the content we found on the web. We found. I'll just add another stack to this and tell pick some interesting content among these and generate or at least find keywords about it. But in order to make it sound grammatically correct or at least help the model to understand what we want, I'll just reorder this because I will just first tell it what I want, then provide the data so it can get its head around with it. So I'll just go ahead and run this with, again, GPT 3.5 Turbo. So it says you can use these keywords in a matter of seconds. And it also suggested some ideas to write about in a list. So as you can see, I actually summarized all 20 searches, the results of all 20 searches, and distilled them into some useful keywords and ideas. So I may continue with something like in addition with, I can add another stack and tell it to, now write a blog post covering some or all of these. And I can just connect this to here, and the output will carry it forward, this output, and I can say, name this as a blog post generator. But for now, we can continue, improving and adding to our workflow. But for now, I want to point out something else. So let's say we did that as well here, and instead of just separating these into two different chains, I want to connect this into a single whole workflow I might have, so I can just execute this with a single click and the content will be ready. And since these two are the same things, because I would manually copy it, I will just delete this one. So whenever I hit the run chain button, everything will be carried out in one go, and the content at the end will be a blog post for me. But now what I want is to show how I can reuse this workflow for other projects I might have, like Pickle, I mentioned in the beginning. So I will just expand this stack and go to my library again and drag and drop the description of Pickle. So with this simple drag and drop operation, we now have an entire workflow that will first listen about our product, which is Pickle now, go and search for existing content about some potential ideas, distill them into a summarized kind of report containing keywords and topics we might discuss about, and then generate a whole blog post about the idea. So it's simple as just replacing some prompts to convert the whole workflows, whole automated workflows to work on the data we want, which is the description of another product we have right now. So feel free to go ahead and experiment with this kind of workflows to amplify your content generation pipeline.